Do you want to start that again?
Yeah, just start again, because when that's banging away, I can't even hear myself speak.
I'd like to be joined by Ray Doyle here at Steffi Bill's gym. Firstly, just going to reflect on Jason's last fight as a whole, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Jason's last fight against Zolani Tete, not a very good experience. Never been in that situation before, so it's been pretty difficult to kind of like look to any other trainers or anyone else for advice and things like that, because I don't think many other people have been through that experience before. It was a very confusing experience as well, because on the night I were like, Tete, what a phenomenal fighter. Jason looked really good going into that fight, but Tete just made him look bang average, and I don't think Jason really had a second of that fight what went in his favour, so it was disheartening. But you had to give praise to Tete. But then fast forward 5 months, why it's took 5 months, I've no idea. I think more needs to be looked into that as to why it's taken 5 months for it to be revealed that he tested positive for PEDs. No details on the date he tested positive for them. No details on why it's still taking so long for a B sample to be sorted. I'm sure it only takes days maximum to get a result from a lab. Why it's taking so long, I don't know. But yeah, confusing experience, because you thought he was so good, but yet what he's so good for a reason, because he was cheating. So not a very good experience. Feel angry about it, but I have to remain professional as a licence holder and just see what comes of it.
I know obviously you've been through this whole career with Jason as a whole. You sacrificed so much as well for Jason. You've done everything together. You've been through the lowest of lows and highest of highs. Obviously that moment itself, it must have took a bit of a toll on you mentally.
It took more of a toll when I found out that he'd tested positive for PEDs, but maybe so more because the whole situation seemed to be handled. Still asking questions why. But yeah, it's always damaging when you put your heart and soul into something to come second best, which what happened on night. But yeah, it's been difficult to process it really. But like I said before, trying to find advice or trying to speak to someone about it, it's been difficult, because I don't really know anybody what's been in that situation before. I'm his trainer and I'm trying to look to other trainers for things, and although they're trying to help you, they've not really been in that situation where the fighters have had a loss to someone who's tested positive for performance enhancing drugs. So yeah, it's difficult.
Obviously comeback is on now. He's returning obviously in March.
Yeah.
Like you said, have you guys been obviously just put all that behind you now and cracking on onto a big 2023? You've got to.
I mean, you have to let the powers that be sort out what's got to be sorted out, and we have to put things behind us like anything in life, because if not, you'll fester on it and it'll stop you moving forward, and you have to focus on moving forward. So the process of moving forward is that Jason has got another fight lined up, so to work hard and to try and put any bad memories behind and use it as a stepping stone for an even better feeling when you know that you've come back from even more adversity and such like that. To yeah, be back there, and that's the focus, to make it feel good again.
Just last one on Jason. Obviously, Liam Davies' fight has obviously been ordered as well.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to have a look at Liam Davies, and how do you think that match up?
Yeah, I have watched Liam Davies quite a lot. I think it'll be a very good fight. I really rate Liam Davies. He's a good fighter. Obviously, I'm always going to back my man, and that's the challenge, isn't it? As me as a trainer and Jason as a fighter, to be like, look, we can do this, and why can't we? We've overcome so much together before. Why can't we do it again? But you have to wait and see until that that fight, them type of fights come around, I keep an eye on them, on the fighters, but until they're actually ready to step in ring or it's announced or whatever, then I'll just be, it has to happen, doesn't it? It has to happen for it to happen, if you get me. So there's no point overthinking it. You just keep an eye on potential opponents such as like Davies, if that's a fight that's being mooted, or whoever it be. That's my type of job, to just keep an eye on all avenues.
Onto the March 18th card, you've got a lot of your fighters on that card, big card at the Doncaster Dome. Do you want to quickly evaluate, obviously, the night itself and what fighters are fighting on that card? Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. It's a good local show, some local talent, young guns coming through. Top at bill, Conor Kelsall, defending his English title. He had a good win last time against an old amateur rival in Ben Norman. He's got a fight against Joe Mafosa, who I've been watching. Good fighter, but I believe that Conor is developing into becoming a good fighter. He's still growing. He's still got a lot of learning to do, but he's at that level. He's won the English, and I think having a couple of good successful defences at English would be good for him in progressing to a next level. He's got that. How can I say that level now, the English level? It's about showing that he is English level, having a couple of defences, still learning in 10 rounders and picking up more experience. They'll not be easy fights. He's going to have to train really hard and focus, but it's a good level to be at, to step forward, to climb the levels even more, if you get me. So I'm hoping that he can have a couple of successful defences at English on his own patch and build his crowd and build his following and bring some entertaining fights to Doncaster, and then try and progress from there.
Huge 50-50 fight as well, Lewis Sylvester.
Yeah.
Massive fight in it for him in his journey in boxing.
Yeah, I've been watching this kid who is fighting, this Harry Fryer, and I really rate him as well, and I think it's going to make for an excellent fight. He don't look no mug, this Fryer, but I think Sylvester's a very talented kid. Some of the stuff he does in the ring, you can see he's really talented. He's just got to show it on the night now, and he's ready for this type of fight. He needs a good solid test. He's had a lot of bad luck last year, pull-outs and things like that, things not going his way, fights falling through and stuff. So we were ready for it. It's just about trying to keep his head level and maintaining it to bring it through into this next fight, and hopefully they can get in ring and put on a fantastic fight for fans.
Then obviously got a big stable now. You know what I mean, putting these cards on at Doncaster Dome. Obviously got English title winners, English titles. Does it show how boxing is now thriving in Doncaster?
Yeah, it's always been a good place. It's a good local gym. There's always been shows known for going on in Doncaster at Doncaster Dome. Steffi's done an amazing job over the years promoting and giving these young fighters opportunities to showcase their talent and try and progress from the small halls onto the your television networks and things like that, so these kids can kind of live the dream and do something that for themselves, their friends and family to be proud of. I don't think this next one's going to be any different. I've had seen many amazing atmospheres and good fights, and the small halls, which like Doncaster kind of stage, have always produced good fights, because you've got good. When you get to like the area title level or the English title level, they're all pretty much even, and ones they really want it because they know what's at stake after this, so they do produce really good fights. Some of the best fights I've seen have been on your small hall shows such as Doncaster Dome and things like that.
Brilliant. Obviously, like you said as well, Ellie Halliwell on it, Jimmy Joe Flint as well, obviously big ticket sellers as well.
Yeah.
Obviously just touching on Jimmy Joe's last fight, you were there live, obviously. Probably one of the fights of the year. Do you want to quickly touch on that?
Yeah, it was a really good fight. Normally noted for being a journeyman, Lee Connolly, but they had a bit of a rivalry between them because they'd shared a draw before, and it was Lee Connolly's last fight, and he really wanted to win that, and it made for it. I knew that it was going to be a tough fight for Jimmy Joe because he wanted to go out on his last fight. as to prove a point type thing, so we knew that we had to be 100% focused, and I know his trainer Roger, he'd have wanted him to go out on a high and so they knew that Maximum had to go into it. Jimmy were aware of that going into it, but it just played out to be a unbelievable fight. It were just how can I describe it? You could have had it in a phone box. It was a bit of a war really for a 6th rounder, but yeah, it was a really, really good fight to be one at best I've actually seen really over 6 rounds, to be fair.
Cheers for your time, Ray. Big show on the 18th. Wish you all the best with all your fighters, and yeah, hopefully we can get a clean sweep for Jim.
No worries, mate. Thank you.